Good morning, student. Today we'll study about micro propagation technique and orchids. Here we are going to study about details of cultivation technique and orchids through micro propagation. So, according to German botanist Jacob Brand, if nature ever showed her playfulness in the formation of flower, this is visible in the most striking way among the orchids. During the last 45 years, tissue culture techniques have been extensively exploited not only for the rapid and large scale propagation of orchid but also for their ex situ conservation. Different protocols have been developed for the large scale propagation of a number of orchid species through uh, in vitro culture. Okay. Then uh, why do we need to have rapid and large scale production in orchids? We know what is about orchids and what is importance of orchid. Orchids are prized for their beautiful long lasting flower exhibiting an incredible range of diversity in size, shape and color. It is an international business covering about 8% of the world floriculture trade and has potential to alter the economic landscape of a country. Large scale multiplication of squiocyte and rare hybrids using tissue culture technique has helped orchids occupy a position as one of the top 10 cut flowers. At present, orchids are a $1 million industry in several countries like Thailand, Australia, Singapore, Malaysia, and several others. Then, orchids are currently the second most valuable potted crop in the United States with a total wholesale value of US dollar 144 million in 2005. Okay, so this is the importance of orchids, or this is the scope of orchids. So we have to produce orchid on rapid and large scale. Okay. Then we'll see some uh, eminent works done on orchid through tissue culture. In 1949, Rotter at Cornell University demonstrated that plantlets could be induced by aseptic culturing of the dormant buds on the basal node of Phalaenopsis inflorescence, and 1960 Morel cultured shoot tips for obtaining virus-free Cymbidium clone in vitro, possibility of obtaining more than 4 million plants in a year from a single bud by repeatedly sectioning and subculturing the protocoms like bodies created an intense interest among the orchid growers and has revolutionized the orchid industry. In 1963, Wimber published the first detailed protocol for in vitro production of Cymbidium, starting with meristem culture. Then this is some work done on orchid through tissue culture, or work on orchid tissue culture. Then here we can see that propagules which produce through tissue culture technique, propagules of orchids. Then advantages of clonal propagation in orchids. As orchids are outbreeders, their propagation using seed lead to production of heterozygous plants. Hence, protocols providing regeneration from various vegetative part of the plants are needed. The plantlet produced are usually identical to their parents, that is called as clones. This is of great advantages to cut flower industry in production of uniform blossom during predictable period to meet market demands. Moreover, orchids are inherently um, slow grower. Their growth and development are markedly influenced by specialized micro climatic condition and protective canopy of floristic in their natural habitat. The tropics In the tropics, it may take more than 2 years for the orchid plantlets to reach the flowering stage. Orchids, particularly those with an epiphytic origin, are notoriously slow growing, probably due to their mode of carbon acquisition. Then, incidentally, the most economically important orchid for cut flowers are epiphytic in origin. It is felt that due to tremendous uniformity in vegetatively propagated plants, the future tissue market orchid will most likely be explant propagated and not seed propagated. Then, optimal requirement for orchid culture: light, air, water, and fertilizers. This is an optimal requirement for that orchid culture. Without, and in case of light, we can say that without enough light, orchid may produce lush looking growth but not flowers. Orchid grown under sufficient uh, light will have lighter and somewhat yellow green foliage and strong upright growth. Air, orchids, roots, and eventually the entire plant will die if they do not got air. And this is reason that with the exception of few terrestrial varieties, orchids do not grow in soil. Orchids potting media should be open with exceptionally good drainage, it capable of holding sufficient moisture to support the plant needs. Water. Proper watering consists of two separate components: quantity and frequency. Water should be provided until it runs freely from the drainage holes. Watering frequency can be controlled by the choice of pot. Then fertilizer. Typically, plants are fertilized once a week during the summer and every 2 weeks in the fall and winter. Fertilizer used on orchids should contain little or no urea. Then here we can see that nursery of orchids or tissue lab of orchids polyhouse where we can place orchids. Then micropropagation of orchids using various explants. There are different methods to production of micropropagation: shoot tip culture for in vitro propagation, leaf segment culture, then inflorescence axis and flower bud culture, rhizome segment culture, root segment culture, then micropropagation via thin cell layer culture. So first we will see about shoot tip culture for in vitro propagation. Okay, we can use here tip part of shoot for culture for in vitro propagation. According to Wimber in 1963 published the first detailed protocol for in vitro production of cymbidium, starting with meristem culture. The micropropagation protocol utilizes two media. The first one is MS plus 1 milligram or uh, 1 BAP plus 3% sucrose, in which the explants are initiated and subculture for 3 to 4 months. Then, you know, and second one is nitrogen 69, that uh, night based medium. Then along with this, zero point 0.5 milligram 1 BAP plus zero point 0.5 milligram 1 biotin plus zero point 0.5 milligram of 1 folic acid and 2% sucrose, in which proliferating shoots are obtained. From a single explant, it is possible to regenerate as many as 1 lakh plants in about 15 subculture. Then induction of embryogenic callus from shoot tip explant of Dendrobium fimbriata. Thus, has different culture. Then Dendrobium have been reported by Roy and Banerjee and Roy and et al. In 2007. Then then uh, Paphiopediums have attain increasing demand in the flower industry but suffer from slow plant growth and difficulty of removing bacterial and fungal infections from explant originating from greenhouse plants had kept them in short supply. In 1988, uh, Hung reported that most bacteria and fungi could be excluded by utilizing shoot tip explants that were considerably smaller than those uh, usually employed for microcloning other orchids. Or the In 2005, Hong et al. Modified the concentrated concentration of BAP and NAA in an attempt to simplify the above protocol so that should increase and routing could be accomplished in a single step, thus shortening the time required for obtaining plant. Out of all the reports on shoot tip culture used, only two Vanda vanilla are monopodial orchids. Shoot tip culture can be used as more reliable technique for tissue culture of sympodial orchids like Dendrobium, Cymbidium, then Ordinia, then Fars, then I know uh, Ectothilus. These are the different examples which we can produce that propagate orchids through shoot tip culture. Then here we can see different example of orchids and their requirement of culture. Orchid species, different orchid species, then medium composition. Okay, this is chart showing different orchid and their medium composition. Then next is leaf segment culture, that also, and next lecture we will see this remaining point of this micro propagation in orchid. Thank you.